Hi, how are you? How was your week? Anything interesting happen? Curious? Yeah? All right. So, today we're going to talk about healing through art therapy. So, we're going to talk about the benefits of it, and then we're going next week we'll get more into different things and resources available for you to be able to do that. All right. So, research indicates that art therapy can be effective by providing a nonverbal outlet, which can lead to decrease in the symptoms of burnout, anxiety, depression, PTSD, and emotional exhaustion. With improvements lasting extended periods after the intervention. So how does it help? It provides a safe space to express and process difficult emotions that might be hard to articulate verbally, offering a pathway to emotional release. So I know sometimes after you've had a hard day, a hard case, you just don't want to talk about it. That's understandable. For many reasons. One, you don't want to relive it at that time, or you don't want to. You're still trying to process what happened, and sometimes it's just guilt for not that you did anything wrong, but just the fact that you sometimes in that field, when it's your job you feel like it's your job to fix it, and you're supposed to have the knowledge to fix it, and you can't, for whatever reason, different reasons, to no fault of yours, you still feel guilty for it. And I get that, and I understand that. But it can provide a safe space for you to be able to work through and express those feelings if you don't feel like talking about it, or if you don't have anyone to talk to about it. So it can also reduce stress. So art making can bring reduction in cortisol levels, and can also improve immune function and pain perception. It's also a self-discovery and insights. You can gain deeper insight into your thoughts, feelings, and patterns, fostering personal growth and coping mechanisms. To me, I feel like that's important in a sense that with what you all experience on a daily basis, you need to be able to find ways to process it and work through it better in the moment. So I say that in a sense as if you have one tough case that is challenging for you to deal with emotionally, understandably, there's nothing wrong with that. It drains you. You also, one of the challenging things of your job is you then have to rewrap your mind around going to see another case and dealing with that case, in a sense that you need to give everything, you need to put everything into that case. You're 100% into the next case, because it's not fair to that animal or that owner if your mind is somewhere else. So it's a different sense of leaving your problems at the door. Don't bring them into work with you. So that's a different sense, because this is something that is work. You have to help them through whatever they're going through. That's part of your work with that case. So the next case, you need to be able to do the same thing. As I always tell my husband, in the same sense, like whether if he's tired, if he's, I tell them, do what you can, because you don't want to bring our child, our fur baby, Bentley, into a situation where a doctor is not there altogether mentally. Or if your loved one was going into surgery or going into an appointment and the doctor is concerned about something else or focused on something else, that they're not giving you the appropriate care or appropriate information that could make a difference for you. So, or same thing with that animal, with the second case. So say that. Now, sometimes in some situations, I understand that you're going to have to step out or deal with another case while you're in the middle of one case. We actually had that with my mom. One of her doctors were in the middle of her appointment, and he had to step out to deal with the insurance company. And it kind of upset me to begin with, but then also later, like, I appreciated it, because I found out he wasn't actually in my mom's network with insurance companies. So he was in her network, but he had the insurance company charge him as if he was in network, and he ate the difference. And so I realized he could have been doing that for someone else, or he could have been doing that for my mom. Like, that could have been my mom's insurance company. I don't know. So I say this in a sense that I do understand that sometimes your cases do get mixed together, and you can't 100% give everything to another case. But in other words, I'm just saying, if need to. Sorry, my soapbox. It also helps build resilience and a sense of community. I always think this is a really good idea, especially if you feel like you're alone. A lot of times, you feel like people do through, and a lot of times they don't. They don't understand your job. They always think, I love those memes where it's like people think this is my job, and you're like playing with puppies and kittens all day. And it's not really your job. Like, yes, you get to do that sometimes, but you don't get to do that all the time. That's not what a lot of your job is. And especially if you're in the emergency medicine aspect of it, you get the worst of the worst. So, building that community, you can at least have somebody feel, you feel like you're being under, people understand what you're going through. It can also enhance, so significantly boost mood, self-confidence, and self-perception of creative activities. This can also help you with your cases. I say that in a sense of, it helps with critical thinking. Creativity can help bring that out, help you look at things from a different perspective or another perspective, which may help you in turn provide better therapies, or a therapy that may work better for the animal. Or it may make you think of something that you hadn't thought of, one of those rare cases. I mean, clinic that my husband worked at, before he got there, they had a dog that was allergic to Serenia. which is something that's not common. So it helps you think of things that might not be the common solution that is, or the common case that it is, which is always a good thing. So it helps you think outside the box. But next week we are going to get more into resources and things you can do for art therapy. So short today. Bentley's right here. We have parents in a while. So we have an out-of-town appointment with him today. He's saying hi. It's a little early for him, but so yes, so kind of short today for that, but we'll be back normal time next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. So hopefully want to build a community, help as many people as we can for you to work through burnout and prevent burnout. That is our main goal, because what you do is important. You have a special skill that not everybody else has or is able to do. So remember that you matter and you're not alone. You're never alone. And thank you for taking care of our fur babies. So don't forget, if you need someone to talk to, you have Lifeboat with NOMV, Not One More Vet. That is the one where it's the peer-to-peer relation. So they put you in a group with someone that does similar field of the veterinary community. So if you do farm animals, large breed, they will put you in a group with people who do large breed. That they respond the first time you reach out is 72 hours for response. After that is someone will respond to you within 24 hours. And then you can also text 741-741, text home to them. I'm sure if you text something help or something else, they would still respond. So you do have those two sources if you need someone to talk to, okay? And know that we're always here for you and we appreciate you. So until next week, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and enjoy your time.